And joining me now on set is CBS News legal analyst Rikki Klieman. Rikki, I want to first get your reaction to the judge's sentencing.
Well, she was powerful, and she was emotional, and yet she was judicial. 175 years certainly is his death warrant. He has 60 years from the federal case for pornography, and now you add this 175 years. He still has one other court case left in another county in Michigan. She believes, and was very open with him about her belief, she believes he is a danger, that he is a danger that was, and he is a danger which continues. She does not see rehabilitation as a possibility for him. And that is in great part because she received this letter from him.
Yeah, tell me about that letter.
Well, the letter, it's unclear to me exactly when she got it. She kept saying 2 months after he pleaded guilty, which would make it right about now. But we also know that he did send a message last week about saying that listening to all of these victim impact statements wasn't good for his mental health. So whether these are two separate documents or one, I don't know. Nevertheless, you have to assume it's a recent letter. And in that letter, he insists that what he was doing was medical. It was a treatment. We know it was successful because they were able to continue to perform in their sports, that it was not about sex. He also said that these people were being brainwashed by the media and others, and they felt that he felt they were in it for the money. He tagged that with the comment of hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Everyone in the courtroom gasped. We gasped in the newsroom. It was showing that this is someone who is in utter and complete denial, despite what he said in a very short but contrite statement today.
What do you make of how the judge handled this entire case?
I think that she was determined, and she has the law on her side, that she was going to give these victims the power to come in as survivors. She was going to let anyone who wanted to speak come forth and speak with a victim impact statement, and that she was going to give them unfettered access to be able to come into the courtroom and say what they had to say, with the only perhaps restriction being time on what they said. There are other judges who would not have done that. However, I think that she felt, and again, the law is on her side, that it is appropriate for victims to be able to confront their accuser and to be able to also show their own bravery. She said to the last person, who is Rachel Den Hollander, who was the woman who brought this all to the public, the first, she said, "You are perhaps the bravest person who has ever been in my courtroom." I think that she was also correct in getting herself out of the courtroom and letting the publicity go to the survivors. And it should not be about her. It should be about them.
It was a powerful moment, boy, when that woman, Rachel, came forward at the very end to sort of tell her story and say this is collectively the voices of all these women that have helped, you know, in this case. But when you look at this overall, Rikki, what do you think this means for sexual assault victims? Is this a type of case? I believe the words, correct me if I'm wrong, that the judge used, you are one of the most prolific sexual assault offenders. I think something along those lines that was said in court today. What does this mean for other victims of sexual abuse and assault?
Well, we always like to think that Justice Brandeis of the United States Supreme Court was correct when he said sunshine is the best of disinfectants. And it's been a phrase that stayed with me since I was a law student. And one of the things we hope about the ability to have a camera in the courtroom and to be able to convey information in the public interest to society at large is that this will be a deterrent effect on individuals from committing crimes, but perhaps in a case like this, just as important, give voice to others who may have endured sexual abuse, whether as children or as adults, to be able for them to feel that they should not have to be ashamed, that they should not have to hide in the shadows, and that the best thing that they can do is come forward in the support of others will come to them.
Rikki Klieman, boy, a powerful week of testimony. Thank you so much for joining us, Rikki.
Thank you.